In the still hush of the deep night, let us dive into the vast ocean depths alongside Jacques Cousteau. He was a poet of the sea and a quiet chronicler of the silent underwater realm. In that breathless world hidden beneath the waves, he found the truest peace his soul could ever know. Tonight, let the soft blue rhythm of the ocean carry you down into the deepest, most tranquil dreams. If there exists a kind of perfect ultimate tranquility in this world, it surely lives within the lens of Jacques Cousteau. His entire life unfolded as one endless quiet quest, searching for the untouched blue abyss that lay far beyond ordinary human sight. Tonight, accompanied by the gentle flickering glow of hearth fire, we step into the profound story of his life. Here there is no earthly noise and chaos, only the faint lingering echo of sunken ancient ruins bathed in moonlight. Some souls are born destined for the boundless sky, while Jacques Cousteau's destiny belonged entirely to the silent depths of the ocean. With diving tanks and soft rubber fins, he unlocked the hidden gates of the underwater world that many feared as hell, yet brought back visions of pure heavenly beauty. Within this gentle story, meant only for quiet listening, you will feel the cool, soothing calm of still seawater wrapping around your mind. Jacques Cousteau, the wise guide of the deep blue, waits to lead you on a wordless journey into endless serenity. Picture yourself floating weightless amid boundless shades of clear sapphire blue, sunlight filtering down like scattered shards of golden light from the surface above. There is no sound of wind, no clatter of carriages or busy crowds, only the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat and slow rising streams of tiny air bubbles drifting upward. This is the natural rhythm of another hidden world, and the guardian who stands at its threshold is a lean, refined French man with sharp, thoughtful features and eyes full of endless depth. Jacques Cousteau, a name that rings like a sacred quiet mantra to every lover of the ocean and underwater exploration. Tonight, let the soft warm glow of flickering firelight stay with us as we wander fully into the untold journey of his soul. He endured the darkest horrors of brutal war and witnessed the devastating collapse of the natural world, yet in the end he chose to sink his spirit far beneath the rolling waves. He was not running away from life, instead he sought the primal innate sense of safety that only exists in the quiet stillness, resembling the warm amniotic calm of a mother's womb. Now let your mind drift down, slowly sinking deeper into the dreamlike silent world he dedicated his whole life to revealing. The beginning of his journey held little romantic charm and carried instead the cruel hand of unescapable fate. In his youth, Cousteau dreamed endlessly of soaring high above the clouds as a pilot, embracing the heroic ambition shared by every passionate young man of his time. Yet a sudden violent car crash struck like a bolt of dark lightning, shattering all his dreams of flying free across the sky. Both his arms suffered severe compound fractures, and medical experts even suggested amputation, casting a gray shadow over what seemed to be a wasted future. To aid his painful recovery, he swam daily along the coastal shores of Toulon in southern France, and it was here he first felt the gentle, tender embrace of the sea. The ocean never turned him away for his broken body, instead wrapped him in buoyant calm, healing his fractured bones and restoring his wounded dignity. It was during these quiet seaside days that a friend lent him a simple pair of diving goggles, opening the first fateful crack into a whole new world. When he lowered his gaze and saw the underwater landscape clearly for the first time, he was utterly stunned. What lay beneath the surface was no empty, lifeless void, but a brilliant, secluded kingdom filled with natural grace and quiet dignity. He would later recall that in that single moment his lungs no longer craved the open air of the land, and his soul belonged forever to the saltwater and slow tides of the deep blue sea. That instant marked his true spiritual rebirth, transforming him from a broken-winged aspiring pilot into a devoted pilgrim of the ocean depths. Yet Cousteau refused to remain merely a passing visitor of the waves. He longed to stay submerged far longer, to breathe and move through the water as freely as any wild fish. World War II cast its dark shadow across Europe in those years, with Nazi tyranny sweeping over the continent, filling the land with screams, violence, and the heavy march of invading armies. Amid all this chaos, Cousteau worked in secret alongside the engineer Émile Gagnan, developing the revolutionary aqualung inside hidden underground laboratories. It stood as a bitter, profound paradox. While the surface world choked on poison, smoke, death, and relentless slaughter, Cousteau forged the key that granted humanity entry into an underwater paradise. When he strapped on his diving tank and descended into the open sea for the first time, he experienced a freedom unlike anything he had ever known, a freedom that rose above national borders, war, conflicts, and all earthly division. Amid the raging chaos of wartime, he clung to that long breathing tube beneath the waves, preserving the last pure, untouched part of his inner spirit. Every dive became a brief, quiet death and gentle rebirth, allowing him to hide away within the blue abyss and record the silent, forgotten ruins resting on the seabed. These early underwater adventures shaped his restrained, fate-touched character. He understood deeply how fragile human life truly was and felt the unspoken, majestic authority of the natural world surrounding all living things. He moved Beyond being merely a technical innovator evolving into a quiet philosopher, a spiritual wanderer who used the calm stillness beneath the waves to ease the reckless chaos raging across the land. When the war finally faded into memory, Cousteau purchased an old minesweeper once named Calypso, rebuilding and refitting it into his personal floating fortress. Wearing his iconic red knit cap, he sailed across oceans, wandering through seas and coastlines all over the globe. He sought no buried gold or hidden treasure, instead searching for the primal lost connection between humanity and the living planet itself. From the clear waters of the Red Sea to the vast stretches of the Indian Ocean and the frozen glacial depths of Antarctica, he dove endlessly, capturing rare, breathtaking footage. He brought mysterious, unseen marine life before the eyes of ordinary people: graceful seahorses, enormous blue whales, and glowing ethereal creatures dwelling in the darkest remote trenches. Beneath Cousteau's lens, the ocean was no longer seen as a dangerous, desolate wilderness, but as a fragile, nurturing cradle deserving of gentle care and protection. He grew fascinated by ancient ruins sunken long ago beneath the waves, the faint remaining echoes of human civilization swallowed whole by the sea. He ran his hands over weathered Greek pottery covered in soft coral, as if touching the subtle texture of time itself. He once said, "Underwater ruins never speak aloud, yet they tell the emptiness of human triumph and failure far more clearly than any written history. Their quiet tranquility carries a penetrating, soothing power, wrapping every viewer of his documentaries in ancient, gentle comfort." Behind every legendary life lies hidden untold sorrow, and Jacques Cousteau too endured bitter wounds dealt by cruel fate. His second son Philippe, his closest companion and most capable assistant, perished unexpectedly in a seaplane accident. For an explorer who spent a lifetime lingering on the edge of danger, the pain of outliving his own child nearly broke his spirit completely. He fell into a long period of heavy silence, questioning whether his boundless love for the ocean carried some hidden curse. He had felt the soft whisper of death on countless dives, yet only when death stole someone he cherished did he grasp how small and vulnerable humanity truly is. This deep, piercing grief shifted the focus of his later life from pure exploration to earnest protection. He realized that if humanity continued to take greedily from the sea, the same ocean that had healed and sheltered him would one day crumble away forever. He began traveling widely, giving passionate speeches calling for the creation of protected reserves in Antarctica and urging all people to stop polluting and harming marine ecosystems. His expression grew more solemn, carrying a quiet, lonely sorrow, like a prophet crying out warnings on the eve of ruin. Through profound loss, he learned a deeper, more selfless love, one that stretched far beyond personal affection to embrace the entire future of the blue planet. Jacques Cousteau drew his final quiet breath amid a soft, gentle rain falling over Paris. Though his physical life ended in the city, his soul surely returned that night to the deck of the Calypso, drifting once more into the rolling heart of the Mediterranean Sea. We return to the quiet question posed at the start: what did he truly find hidden within the endless blue abyss? He discovered no treasure hoard, but gained the precious ability to reconcile with his own soul in perfect, wordless stillness. He proved that even in the darkest, coldest reaches of the deep ocean, as long as you keep breathing and hold reverence in your heart, you will always find light. The story has now come to its peaceful close, and all the sound of rolling waves has faded into calm. May the silent underwater world portrayed by Jacques Cousteau wrap around your dreams like soft, gentle buoyancy. Embrace the profound tranquility of the deep sea, release all tension and relax completely in that weightless, boundless realm. Good night and sweet dreams.